our chief environment correspondent. And joining me now from Paris is Meriem Bouamrane, who is part of the conservation programme at UNESCO, and the environmentalist Hindu Ibrahim, who is representing Chad at the summit. Both of you, in fact, are appearing at the summit today. You're both very welcome joining us on BBC News today. Hindu, let me begin with you. You are one of the members of the Earthshot Prize Council and a signatory to an open letter from the Council today calling on us all to give Earth a shot. Tell us more about that message that you want to deliver today, especially given the summit led by Joe Biden that you're taking part in.
Right, thank you very much. So today it's really very important day because not it is only the Earth Day, because for me as an indigenous person, every day is the Earth Day, and every day indigenous communities give Earth a shot by protecting it. But it is important because after 4 years of darkness from US, they get back and they wanted to come in, and they wanted all the world leaders come together and get a concrete action. I'm not looking for the talks, I'm looking for the action that they will take. And it is very important also because this year we are going to have the 3 environmental conferences: biodiversity, climate change, desertification. And with all the COVID that our health, it's so impacted because we are not taking care of the nature. So that's why the letter, it's calling everyone to come back and bring all the solutions together, and we can act and be success only if we come together.
And Meriem, to you in Paris for us, from UNESCO's perspective, what do you hope can be achieved at this virtual summit today?
Well, I think it's very important to note the commitment, and that this commitment is transformed into actions that are going to really put biodiversity and climate change and social inequalities at the heart of our decisions. Without biodiversity, which is the supporting life-bearing system, there is no societies, no economy, no culture. So we really have to put these challenges combined. For UNESCO, climate change has to be addressed at the same time as biodiversity loss, and also address the inequalities. This has to be put at the heart of our decision making. So it's a very important step, these commitments, but they have to be transformed into actions. And this is what we also share with our previous speaker, Hindu Umaru. These actions have to bring transformation everywhere, and everybody has to feel committed and part of the solution, not only the governments, but the citizens, the businesses, the finance world. Everybody has to be part of the solution and act today.
And speaking of action, tell us about the MAB programme, Man and the Biosphere.
We have a unique program that is celebrating today 50 years. A structure, a network of people engaged in all around the world since 50 years, 714 sites in every ecosystem of the planet, and that is home to more than 300 million people. And these people are part of the solution every day since 50 years, and they continue. They try to bridge that gap between conservation and development and show that it's possible to live in harmony with nature everywhere, including in cities. And these are examples that we can share with you, and we want to share those solutions today because it's time to act. It's time to reinvent our relationship with nature. And we have concrete examples like in Gurit's Biosphere Reserve in South Africa, where we can at the same time tackle the climate change, the biodiversity loss, and the jobs, and create new jobs that are going to be invested in rebuilding this relationship with nature, and make sure that whatever we do economically in our development, it's going to be for protecting biodiversity and mitigating and adapting to climate change. This is the challenge we have, but UNESCO has a very good network, unique network of more than 1,000 sites all around the world with many, many solutions. If you invite me every day for the next 5 years, I won't be able to display all of them. And we have to tap into the
You have plenty of actions that are there ready to be used, ready to be seized upon by us if we all make that commitment. And Hindu, let me go back to you. I know in terms of actions, because that's what we're talking about, you want governments around the world to work with indigenous peoples to to use their knowledge alongside science to help protect the planet, don't you? Tell us more about those sorts of programs.
Right. Indigenous peoples protect already 80% of the world biodiversity. Our land are really most diverse and most protected than a national park. So we develop traditional knowledge for centuries of years that transmitted by our elders. And those knowledge help us to keep all the ecosystem healthier, because for us, it is not just targeting about 2030, 2050. We already doing a net zero in our land and territories. That's why the government of the world, who have the target setting by the years, they have to learn from us. We cannot wait until 2030. We cannot wait until 2050. We have to act now. And we do have the solution that we are offering them. But they are smart to call us on those kind of conferences. But they have to be very lucky to understand how we are working.
Do you think sometimes that governments don't listen to those traditional, those indigenous voices, that they think somehow their scientists and experts know better?
Exactly. They do not listen from us. They just marginalize indigenous communities. So they need more to open the space. If we protect 80% of the world biodiversity, we must sit in the tables and take the decision with them. And we must also draw our solutions. Even if it is not the science that they used to, they have to go to the traditional knowledge, who are so useful and who are so make the proof in the ground. So they need to listen more, they need to act more, and they need to invest in the nature. You know what? They never put any money to indigenous communities solutions, but they are so ready to put money in the boosting economy. But there is no sustainable economy without sustainable land. So if they wanted to learn how to live in harmony with the nature, they want to connect and give more space to indigenous peoples.
Well, Hindu, you're going to have the opportunity to put that message to President Biden, President Xi, other world leaders today. Thank you very much, Hindu Ibrahim, environmentalist representing Chad at that virtual summit today, and also Meriem Bouamrane from UNESCO, who will also be taking part in that summit. Now the headlines for you on